And why is this now important, considering that the ring is now lost?
That is the end of the tale, and it has taken many years to piece it together.
This unassuming island in the Anduin has shaped the fate of Middle-earth in its own way, has it not? How might things have transpired had Isildur not swam across the river to reach it? Agents of Sauron would have taken the ring from his body, and the Dark Lord's dominance would all be assured. Be glad it was not so. The ring worked great evil on its course, but in the end, the actions of Isildur enabled its destructions these many years later. I have enjoyed our walk, my friend, and now I will return to Bjorninghus and resume my study of the Black Book. I will meet you there, but before you return, I ask that you pay a visit to Holtvis, the village of the woodmen of Woodsedge. They suffered greatly during the War of the Ring, and their efforts to rebuild and return their lives to normal have not borne fruit. You say you've already lent your aid to the woodsman? Well, I know that, Pineleaf. Do you think I would ask you to return without reason? If you have the good fortune to know a wizard, know that he is not to be ignored. Go to Hootvies and ask me no more questions. Well, I need to speak with Radagast there anyway, so on the Hootvies! Hello there, Aldolfin.
Fortune must smile on Holtvis for you to return to us so quickly.
I did not think to see you again, Pineleaf, but as it happens, we have need of you again. Two of our hunters were frightened away from their prey by some apparition, and while no one in the village would wish for them to endanger themselves, they left the carcass behind. Our food stores are too low to do without such provisions. Creatures of the Vale have surely found the abandoned carcass by now, but if you can hunt more forest hearts in the woods edge for us, we would be able to fill the hole that is lost from the stores. Once you have gathered some replenished flanks, bring them to Vermund as you did before, and Hootfist will be grateful. All right. I guess I'm just pegged. Expert food gatherer. But let's talk to Radagast first. For of course, no one ignores the words of a wizard, whether they're brown or white. Hi there, Radagast. Ah, good. I'm glad you returned, Pineleaf. You have been a great help to me. My sparrow delivered the water sample you gathered for me. My bunting told me of your victory over the orcs, but the thrush lost sight of you. I'd begun to worry that Sharky proved more formidable foe than I had been led to believe. Is Sharky defeated? Well, sort of. Sharky was the leader of the ruffians in the Glen Fields, with an old half-orc named Gamog, who impersonated Sharky in an attempt to amass a great fortune. A half-orc. I had heard that he was a man, but now it seems that neither is true. So, who is Sharky? Well, the real Sharky is Saruman. Ah! Gandalf told me that the Onodream have imprisoned Saruman in Orthanc. Is that not so? Well, when there is time at last, I will ride to Orthanc and question him myself. Well, there is that. Let's see. Radagast Necklace of Nature's Course. That's a pretty nifty ring there. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I guess it's time to go hunting. If I'm going to find any hearts, I suppose it would be a good idea for me to deal with some of these wargs, because the wargs will probably go and eat the hearts and make it difficult for me to find some, and we don't want that, right? We want to be able to find hearts when we need them. So let's deal with these harriers first. But surely there should be some hearts somewhere. I think he was very explicit about wanting hearts. Ah! Here's one right over here. All right. Shh. Be very, very quiet. We're hunting hearts. Ha 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 ha. All right, that doesn't work quite as well as I had hoped. All right. Hey! They fight back! Oh dear. Well, this should give me some. And he said he wanted 3 flanks. Hopefully I can find a couple more somewhere around here. I have the flanks you requested.
This is a surprise. I did not expect you to return to our village so soon.
And I am also pleased that you have done so, with more flanks for me to salt and season for the village. Oh, these are intended to replace the carcasses of our hunters left behind. It is good to fill the whole of our food stores. The woodmen of Hultviz have long relied on Uric and his son, and others of our hunters, to bring back food for the village. I've never known Eric to flee like this. Now that he has returned to the village, I know he feels terribly about what has happened. If you speak with him about the apparition he saw, please do not chide him overmuch. Many frightening things stalk in the woods hereabouts, and I know that if a hunter such as he saw fit to run away, there was surely a good reason to do so. All right, so let's speak with Eric and find out what is going on and what it is that he saw, and perhaps we can deal with it. I'm sure it's going to inevitably lead to that, because it always inevitably leads to that. Now, here he is. Hello there. I heard a report that you saw something unusual during a hunt.
Before today, I would never have counted myself a coward. But
I see you've returned. I suppose you must have heard tell of my shame from the others in the village. It's true that I abandoned my hunt, and now that my son and I have returned safely, I can hardly bear to give voice to the fear of it. Before today, I'd never counted myself as a coward. The creature I saw filled me with such terror, my blood ran cold, and I felt rooted to the spot to see it. At first I thought I beheld Vagari, spectral wanderer of the Gladden, but nay, this was something else. I can still see its terrible visage. The apparition stood in the waters of the old ford, half across, and as the courage strained from me, I urged my son Badwila to leave our prey behind. Together we fled, and I could not bear to look behind us as we ran, for I expected to see the terrible creature close behind. Boldly it did not follow us. Oh, bodily it did not follow us, but I can still see its face in my mind, and that seems a far worse pursuit. If you go into search of it, go to the old forest to the northwest, but bring caution with you, and do not fear to flee, as I did. The shame is hard to bear, but, on this day at least, I hold my life more precious than honor. All right, well, I'll see what this is all about. What is it all about? Now let's investigate this apparition that was seen in the ford. Well. Oh. Ah. I can see why he'd run away from that. Assuming that's who I think it is. Well. Yeah. I think he did the sensible thing of running away. Hello there.
I do not intend to harm you. I wish only to speak with you.
Will you hear my words, Pineleaf? All right, I suppose I could do that. What do you want to talk about?
You have nothing to fear from me. Not on this day.
But most likely on some other day.
I just want to talk.
We do not need to spill each other's blood, Pineleaf. Why can we not conduct our business and leave the other alone? All right. Let's see. All right, what is your business? Well, there is much we could learn from each other to our mutual benefit. Ask me what you will, and I will tell you much. And the price? Well then, why are you looking for the black book? Well, I take it then you're not really interested in talking. It is an artifact of Mordor, is it not? I do not seek the jewels of dwarves or the lore of elves. I do not desire the treasures of Gondor. I want only the keepsakes of the land I served. When the North belongs to me, as was promised, they will be a reminder to me of my many victories. Uh-huh. Well, and why would you think I would aid you? Yeah? We are enemies, that is true. You stood in defense of your allies, the dwarves. And I slaughtered them by the dozen. Have you not slain my allies? You took the coin of Gondor and the gifts of elves, and you did their bidding. You named yourself adventurer, and you adventured. So too did I. We are much the same, Pineleaf. There is no reason we should not aid each other. Okay, what can you say of the Gurzel? Yeah? It was the second age that Sauron learned a truth that had escaped him. He learned that despite his great power, there were some forces even he could not challenge alone. The Nazgûl may have been Sauron's most powerful servants. They were snared by the Dark Lord and made to serve him. But in some tasks, they proved insufficient. We Gurzel, we were different. We flocked to him. We sought to worship him. We chose, and we returned. We were chosen. Duglabech, Ugrachor, Urudani. And I, the greatest of them all. Guthok's bite made us angels and deathless. We were given what the Númenóreans desired, but could not attain. Endless, unceasing time. Or so we thought. Why should our fortunes wane with Sauron's? Would you not fight to master your fate, Pineleaf? So it is with me. Alright. Alright, done. Do you see what an ally you could have in me, Pineleaf? Seek information, and I would give it. Desire death for your foes, and I will deliver it. All I require is that you bring me the Black Book. What say you? Uh-huh. All right. Uh-huh. I don't know. I'd say no. I will not. You are disappointing to me, Pineleaf. If you change your mind, bring it to me here. I will leave you unharmed while my patience lasts. It will not last forever. I will. Looks. Someone comes. I must be gone. Pineleaf, it's a pleasure to see you. Oh. Hello, Ron. It's good to see you outside of Rivendell. Arwen? Glorfindel? And a few other elves. That's quite a crew you've got. I have come with much of my household across the mountains by way of the High Pass, for the marriage of my daughter awaits us in Gondor. Aragorn and Lesar has claimed the crown of that land, and it is Arwen's wish and his that they marry. She will remain by his side forever. I know the way of hard choices, and this is hers to make. Glorfindel accompanies us, as do many others of my folk. Some will attend Arwen at the wedding, and others there are who desire to see the lands beyond the Meladras one last time before departing this Middle Earth. All are welcome, for such an occasion would make us as happy as can be, and more hearts made the merrier times. We travel light, but not without goods and gifts. I myself bring the scepter of Anubis. It will be a gift for King Elessar, for it is his by right. It is my own desire that this journey be full of cheer, for my daughter's benefit, but this land holds only sorrow for me. I would be happy to leave it. I understand that there is a pleasant house nearby at which we might find lodging. It is the home of Bjorn the Skin Changer, and it is kept now by his son, is it not? Yes, that is the case. Lead on, Pineleaf. I trust we will find the son of Bjorn a hospitable host. Oh, maybe. Gandalf, just before I met Elrond here, I was speaking with Kurazgar. Apparently, he really wants that book.
Yes, I knew that Elrond and much of his household would be making the journey.
Why did you think that I suggested doubling the quantities of each errand Grimbjorn requested that you complete? For my own amusement? No, of course not. Nay, that was merely an additional benefit, my friend. Just merely an additional amusement. Wonderful.
Speak to Elrond and learn how his company fared during their passage of the mountains.
Yes, I trust they encountered no real problems. Few creatures in Middle-earth will dare to trouble either Elrond or Glorfindel when apart, and when together only the most foolhardy would even think of it. But there are been always fools in the service of the enemy. So that is the case. And what will Elrond, Glorfindel, and Arwen have to say? We have to find that out in the next episode of Pineleaf in the North Kingdoms.